Hello. Two off. Hello. There we go. I'm almost at 90. To make it go faster, you can tab out of the chat and go back into it. Really? Is that faster than just spam clicking? Spam clicking doesn't make it go faster? No, it does. Like, I already tested it. Like, that's how normally fast it is, but when you click, it goes much faster. Can I tell you, to be honest, after reading what people commented on the post and video on E1 Archer, I lost all hope for a lot of this community? I mean, I haven't checked my comments on that video yet. Like, it's just dumb. Like, the entire intention behind my words originally was, if you're looking into getting 3 cheap teams, you don't need to stress about getting E1 Archer because it kind of sucks now. And then people are like, oh, it does have a use. It does do something. So, like, why are we glazing an Eidolon for doing something? Like, we're literally saying, oh, at least it's better than nothing, and then glazing that. You know? Like, it's embarrassing, man. Like, why would I ever glaze an Eidolon that is that, like, mid, yet it somehow gets glazed? I mean, the E1 was way better when it came out. Even then, it wasn't on the level of, like, E1 Evanescia, E1 Himiko, like E1 Blade, you know, shit like that. It wasn't on that level, but because at the time attack frequency was significantly lower, you could justify it. It was like a 30% increase in his performance. Now, Bro, he gets 5 arrows and a joint attack even at E0 nearly every turn. Like, there's no space at all. And Rin's damage doesn't matter that much on the team. It's like 15, 20% of the team's damage. E2 Archer is quite decent. It is better now. Like, the opposite of the E1, E2 Archer is better now because he can definitely get his ult back in 2 turns, meaning there's no downtime on it. But the main appeal of E2 Archer is, to be honest, just APOC, in my opinion, since you're able to implant a weakness and you're able to take better advantage of the Genius set. Now there's no RNG. You can always put a quantum weakness and get the 20% defense shred from Genius. Those are like the 2 main benefits of the E2. But here's the thing. The E2 can get overshadowed by some of his other supports on the team's investment, right? Which is the point. Like, I don't know. Like, if you are at E0 and you're like thinking between Gilga and Archer E1, like, Gilga, in my opinion, is way more valuable than Archer E1. It's not close. Because Gilga, alongside Ashe Emblade, like, that's another team that's on the level of Archers for pretty cheap investment, right? Versus making your Archer like 8% stronger, you know? Like, it's just, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're like a big Archer fan who doesn't give a shit about Gilgamesh. Oh yeah, if you're already at E1 Archer and you're able to get E2 from the free upcoming selector, then yeah, it's decent. Like, that's much better value than the E1. The E1 just doesn't have the value it used to have anymore. But like, that was the entire point of why I originally brought this entire thing up once again, was because I was recommending people E0 Archer teams and talking about how it's already basically complete at E0 and the E1 doesn't matter that much. And then people started trying to use like this agenda of like, oh, the E1's actually good. You're hating on the E1. Blah 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 blah. Like, and these people, like, half these people can't think for themselves. Like, half my comments are people saying, oh, just wait until Guoba makes a TC and he proves you wrong and says that the E1, like, they don't even know themselves how the E1 has decreased in value or how it would even increase in their minds. They're just waiting for someone to give them confirmation bias to use against me. Like, are we serious? Why are you building well? This account is pulling Himiko because she has a cheap ass team. I'm taking my own advice from my video. I'm taking my own advice. I'm getting Himiko. None of my teams are going to use RMC after I get Archer, Rin, and Anoxus Irene. So RMC can easily go in the Himiko team. Yeah. It was already leaked that there's a part 3 for Fate. Next year. It's like a long-term thing. Also, another reason why I wanted to make the video is it's just kind of funny to me, like how many people were pushing this agenda that Archer's Lycone only being like 15% better than the Herda Shop one means it's ass and nobody should care about it. But now that E1 Archer has like fallen to that level of assery, I'm getting the complete opposite reactions of people trying to justify why the E1 is good. Like the difference in energy between the two, like they're polar opposites. Will you go Eagle on well? I mean, I don't know. I'm just focused on building his traces right now. If Eagle's best in slot, then yeah. I got his Lycone for free. I did too. I got his Lycone for free in the 3.4 event. A lot of people did. It was a pretty goated banner. It was Tribby Sunday, and I think Sparkle. Yeah, it was all three of them. And then it was also Phanon, so it was like pretty easy to overspend at the time. I directly pulled E1 Archer though. I'll take the E2. Like I'll take it. You know? Like the E2 will make it so that I can consistently use this guy against APOC. And considering like the new Star Wars mode bullshit, this will allow consistency in his use, right? But outside of that, I don't really care about his E2. I'm just going to be honest. Did you try Star Wars mode on any of your accounts? Yeah, I already cleared it on my main account. My Mono Rem one. I used Mono Rem on one side, Silver Wolf on the second side, and E0 Phanon on the third. Yeah. I wanted to try playing E0 Fae against the Knights and MOC and APOC and stuff because I had people in my comments under my Fae Glaze video yesterday being like, oh, he needs his E2, he needs his E2. He cleared everything for me at E0. It wasn't 0 cycles. It wasn't clean 1 cycles or anything, but he cleared. And it's been over a year already. People like vastly over exaggerate how bad he is. 480 pulls and 60 pity. Is it possible to get E2 Cyrene and E2 Himiko? No. You'd have to get incredibly lucky. 480 pulls for a lot of people is what it takes to get one E2S1. I'll be right back.
forces are connected by origin and are made of the same essence.
Where's my thing? There it is. Welcome back, thanks. I couldn't 3-star any knights with E0S1 Fate. I mean, I didn't 3-star. I just got a 2-star. But I don't care about 3-starring to begin with. E0S1 Fate trying to 3-star would probably require something like E2 Cyrene and E1 Ceridra if I had to guess. Probably E2 Cyrene. You can get away without E1 Ceridra. Is E1 Himiko good? Yeah. It's just that her E2 is the best Eidolon outside of E6. Fey non-jump. Yeah, they'll delay the Fate banners. They did that last time during 3.4. It was delayed by like a week or something. How many days left? 4 days almost exactly until Cyrene's banner finally comes around. I'm so impatient. I just want it already. Do you think you can get her? I don't think it's guaranteed. The question is, depending on how bad my luck is, whether or not I can get Himiko after I get Cyrene. What if you lose? No, I'm guaranteed. I have enough pulls and pity to guarantee Cyrene, even if I lose. Is this the most hyped second phase banner? No, not really. Cyrene, outside of very specific teams, doesn't really matter all that much. And a lot of people will just skip Faye to get Himiko because of her current insane performance. It is one of the better rerun banners that some people will fall into because both have good E2s. But that's kind of the only selling point is the Eidolons and like a few specific teams. Is the Herda Lycone a good replacement for her Lycone? It can be used, but Himiko's Lycone is still slightly better by like 15%, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Herdicone is a nice, alternative. One month and I'll finally be able to put background gameplay of like AA clears and stuff on this account. Man, this account would have been so ahead if I spent any money on it. It's actually crazy. All of this just to keep the mantle of it's free to play. uh I'm close to getting E2 Blade, but I'm afraid Avin won't have Fua in his kit. What? You realize that E2 Blade isn't like a Fua only buff? Like it's a biggest buff for ultimate damage and not Fua damage. Like that's why it's so good with Gilga. Yeah, and he'll probably still have some type of Fu in his kit. I don't think his attack frequency is going to be all that high, because then you get more infinite ult loop bullshit. But I imagine he'll probably function similarly to Gilga, where his attack frequency isn't that high, but he might have a fat ultimate that fully benefits from Blade and all that stuff. Like Gilga is probably a free version of Avin if I had to guess for the Fua team. Obviously Avin is going to be better though. That's just how it goes. Or he'll just have way stronger verticals. That too. Mm, 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 mm. I don't like this new Divergent universe, but whatever. Oh, the Divergent universe experience is so much better with a Phanon. It has free trial characters, yeah, but they're kind of weak. It'd probably be faster with my Anoxa still. Unless I could switch in between right when there's a new fight and then use the technique points. I'll actually try that in a second. Oh, it's a tutorial, so they're forcing me. Nice. I can? Nice. I mean, just keep forcing me to go in the same domain, I guess. I just want to get this tutorial over. I have an E2 Saridra, no? Where's Saridra?
To the defeated, Oblivion, your downfall is absolute.
Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things. I'll stand with
Oh, he's not dead. Hello? Hello.
an undisputed victory.
Alright, get me out. Oh, there's another tutorial? Oh my god. Hating on peak. Currency Wars is 10 times better than this. I'm only playing this because I haven't touched it since the reset, meaning there's a ton of jades I can easily grab. I mean, I don't need these buffs. Just get me out of here. I hope next version is more fun because this one is just a waiting room. The version or the patch? Bro, why does it keep...
Show me your way of protection. A direct offensive. Step onto the board.
I'll stand with you.
To the defeat, your downfall is absolute.
Dragon soaring above the land. This is permanent.
this patch? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with having filler patches, to be honest. Like, I prefer having a filler patch every once in a while. Because otherwise, I feel like I'd get burnt out from playing so much. But people are going to call that cope, so it just depends on the person. Finally, oh my god. Two dead patches and 4 patches? I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on the person and the reason you play these games. Because as someone who doesn't really play for the story or care about it all that much, and it's just like a thing on the side as a bonus, like that stuff doesn't really affect me at all. All I really care about is like newer characters and new teams and stuff to talk about. Events? Yeah, I can see the events argument. I'm not gonna lie, I'm incredibly lazy, so I actually prefer less events, since it means I can take up less of my time, especially when I'm trying to build multiple accounts. But that's more so my personal bias and reasons.
Watch this magic trick. My smoke with this divine power, I reforge all things. Dragon soaring above the land. This is permanent.
To the defeat, your downfall is absolute.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna play this bullshit.
Light up the dawn.
I made a new account that can do APOC 3 and MOC 10. It has Hyacine, Ash, and Emblade, but even this account is boring to me now. I mean, yeah, that'll happen. Burnout. That's usually just burnout.
Watch over you. Guide you on your path. Earth shatters. Come and tumble.
Step onto the board.
Friendly as before. Insanity.
Thoughts on Canada balling out in the World Cup? I didn't even watch it. It was my mom that told me about it. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm mainly a Messi fan. So I basically only watch Messi. And even then, like, I usually don't watch football that much. It's only because it's the World Cup. But yeah, 6-0 was surprising.
With this divine power, I reforge all things. Mountains roll back and run. I'll endure. The bill cutters soaring above the land. This is permanent.
Step onto the board.
Down farewell. Watch over you. Guide you on your path. To the soul.
Yeah, Messi has always been my favorite player. Oh shit, I should have used Feign on.
Your downfall is absolute.
Earth shatters. Come and tumble.
Ronaldo's finished. I mean, he's been finished.
With this divine
It's just people trying to cope.
all things. With this divine power, I reforge all things.
I've noticed that Messi has like the LeBron effect, where like it's completely undeniable that the person is probably the greatest to ever play the game. And for that reason, they go through every mental gymnastic possible to say someone else is better. Just because they don't, like, they want to be contrarian. Of course, you can have a player that you prefer, obviously. Like, if you like Ronaldo more than Messi, like his mentality, the way he plays, stuff like that, then, I mean, that's different. But when trying to be objective and saying Ronaldo, it's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Messi haters are like Yao Guang haters. That's actually the best comparison I've ever heard. Holy true. I feel like among the big three, though, Neymar fans probably have it the worst. So technically, it can get worse. Alright, that should be good enough.
Step onto the board.
Now farewell. Watch over you. Guide you on your path. To the soul. With this divine power, I reforge all things.
I mean, Jiaoqi's getting a Nova Flare. So maybe that means that Neymar will come back and suddenly dominate, you know?
With this divine power, I reforge
You never
all
know.
things.
Neymar Nova when? Probably in 3 patches. Hulu. No, I haven't seen ReZero. Or like the newer stuff. I paused it like halfway through season 1 and haven't moved since. Cause it got really like I got such bad secondhand embarrassment on one of the episodes that I couldn't continue going further. What happened? I think it's like him trying to declare himself as like someone super important to Amelia. And like everything goes wrong in the episode. Like absolutely everything. The White Knighting, yeah.
Watch this magic trick. Soaring above the land, this is With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Noxa Nova leaked. All right, 91 pulls. Not bad, not bad. Cyrene is in the bag now. You waiting for a Noxa Nova is like me waiting for a Glea Nova. In fairness, between a Glea and a Noxa, the one most likely to get buffed is a Noxa more. Because he uses Ceridra, who is a Phanon support. So get wrecked. Cyrene, nah. I do think some Ampho units will get their base kits changed, despite Cyrene buffs. Still waiting for the ult duplicator like Cyrene. Probably not gonna come out, not gonna lie. I already made a community post about it, but this game is starting to reach its limit in terms of super strong gimmicks that keep becoming stronger and stronger. Like, they're gonna forever encounter infinite ult loops until there comes a point where they literally can't do anything about it anymore without like completely butchering a kit. Ult dupes mean Saber is top 1. I mean, it could work with specifically Sunday, since Sunday is not someone who can passively generate resources from allies doing something, right? Or at least not to a great extent. So even if you do make him give like an entire ult to one or a couple characters, like you'd still have to wait 3 turns probably before he can activate it again. The problem with the infinite ult loops these days is, for example, Saber passively gains energy from allies doing ultimates. Gilga passively gains energy and passively gains action advance. RMC and M-Blade get more attack frequency, which leads to more... Like, you see the problem? So Sunday, being an older character, would... Like, they would be able to do this because his kit is more simple. Like, there's no infinite ult loop shenanigan that would go on. Yeah, exactly, Verly. Like, when I made my community post, I got a comment from someone being like, oh, so you hate originality and creativity? And I was like, where did I say that? I said making characters who constantly power creep in that same archetype as time goes on. Like, you keep adding more QOL. You keep making it easier and easier and easier for these things to happen. That's why infinite ult loops happen. And that's where they get stuck. All they have to do is tone down on like the strength of like and the QOL of how easy it is to do this stuff, and then you don't end up with these issues. Like, it's the same for Himeko. If there truly is like some infinite ult loop with Himeko as well, then like the fix is obvious. It's obviously going to be tied towards her follow-up frequency. Like, it couldn't get any more obvious. So if it truly exists, you just lessen the frequency of the follow-up attacks, buff the multipliers, and you're done. You know? But because they want to make Himeko do like fucking 10 follow-ups in a row, plus ult, plus 10 more follow-ups, you end up in those situations. Yeah, another fix for it is using like the gimmick ults, like Acherons and Phaenons, stuff like that. They make it much easier to fix this stuff with like energy going on if they require something else entirely different to charge their ultimate. Blade is just every nihility ever in one character. I mean, yeah, basically. Oh yeah, by the way, Verly, I wanted to ask. I can't get it anyways because like it wouldn't matter specifically on the account. I have Mblade high investment on. Is Cypher's Lycone 24% defense shred at 170 speed plus? Or like the way it's worded is terrible. It makes it sound like it alternates between 16% defense shred and 8%. But I assume it stacks, right? And it's 24%. I think it's 24%. Yeah, that'd make more sense. Because, like, theoretically, if Avon main DPS doesn't have any defense shred like some people are banking on, Cypher Lycone on Mblade, especially with me getting him E2, would be a good investment. Because that puts the team at 94%. It's not 100%, but it's close enough. Tutorial is good with Ashe? No, I know. But specifically with E2 Mblade, I imagine you might be able to get away with no tutorial. Old spam is giga fun, true. I just feel like Avon is going to be, well, obviously, the biggest damage contributor on that team. So while like his damage profile is nice, I'd probably, I mean, then again, going from 70 to 94% defense shred is basically massively buffing his damage too. So I guess it depends. I thought you ain't getting Avon. I mean, I'm getting Himeko, and then I'm going for Himeko Eidolons, and I'm getting E1 Gilga probably. Like, I will be playing with Gilga before I play with Avon, is the thing. But if I end up changing my mind, then I could decide whether or not Avon is worth it or not, or Cypher Lycone is worth it or not. Cypher's Lycone has more worth than her herself. Bro's folding already. I mean, I'm still gonna play with him though. It's just that Gilga doesn't have any good verticals outside of his E1. Even his light cone sucks. Like there's nothing. So once I get him E1, that's done for that Gilga follow-up team. If I want to upgrade it in the future, I'd have to get Avin. I'm not going to get Avin on his release, though. Like, this is a possibility for his rerun banner. Because I need to focus on Himiko and Himiko's Eidolons. That's, like, way more worth it than Avin right now. Guarantee you're gonna see Avin leaks kit and switch up. I can't. Like, you guys don't get it. I can't switch up because I'm pulling Himiko. I need to get a third team on this account. It's gonna have to be a rerun banner. And even if I get lucky on both my Cyrene and Himiko pulls, I'm still not gonna pull Avin because I'd rather use my leftover pulls hunting Eidolons on Himiko. Oh my god. You originally never planned on getting Himiko? Yeah, because I didn't even know this account had a welt. Until I found out it did. Like, I was originally making my pulling plans around the fact that I don't have any welts, so there's no point in getting Himiko. And I'm not going to use a golden token on him. Then I saw I had a welt. I saw her current best performing team was with RMC and Welt and Donhung PT. Anoxa can run Sustainless. Archer can run with Huohuo. Himiko can get PT. It's either that, or I invest in a team I already have, one of the Elation ones. Or I pull Avin on the account that I haven't invested in follow-up in at all. You know? Like, everything would be 10 times more unoptimal than pulling Himiko. Obviously, it just depends on the pulls you have. See you in a few months when you fold for Evan. On your account, it depends on pull luck. Like, if I lose 50/50s and everything takes hard pity, I'd only be able to get an E0 Himiko at max. It just depends on how lucky or unlucky I am. Who do you think is more free-to-play friendly between Archer and Gilgamesh? I mean, if you've been playing for a while, it's Archer. But the one with more potential, if you vertically invest in it, is Gilgamesh's. And it's not necessarily close. Because Gilgamesh has E1 and S1 Ashvale. Gilgamesh has E1 and E2 M-Blade. And then Gilgamesh's own E1 is significantly stronger than Archer's. That's why I recommended it in like my top 3 cheap teams. No, I don't know when Silverwolf will rerun. Alright, chat. I'll end the stream here. An actual short stream, I believe. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you have a great day. Hope you all have a great night.